Hello, my name is Darling, and I am the Director of Marketing for the nonprofit organization Rural Alaskans Training Organization, also known as Rato. Rato is an organization that is directed towards the training and education of youth, primarily in rural Alaska. So we're based out of Fairbanks. The youth in these areas, really in rural Alaska, are often disadvantaged and do not receive the opportunities that youth in urban areas such as Fairbanks or Anchorage receive. Because of this, Rato has made it their priority to bring these opportunities to these communities. So I want to begin with our mission. The mission of Rato stands behind promoting relevant training to youth in rural Alaska. And what this means for us, and of course for me, is that we bring training and education to the youth in those rural areas. And it's education that they need and that they are asking for and want. And while we do market our program, of course, all around to Alaska, to people who would love to fund us, who would like to help with our organization, who feel that our organization needs to be into their program, we do not push it onto communities. We merely give them as much information as possible and tell them all the opportunities they could obtain through us. We of course want them to come to us, but we do come to them as necessary. And being the director of marketing, I've done a lot of our marketing pieces. Right here, I'm going to talk about our logo. So you've probably seen it before. It is, of course, Alaska. We live here in Alaska. And I highlighted our hard hat and a ratchet. And those two are things that I think are really important to get across, that this is for hardworking people who really want to promote training or any type of form of furthering education. Each region is different, each village needs different type of training in their region, so we want to get that training out to them and bring a new trade to their community if as wanted. We also, as you'll see, RATO is our acronym that you'll see a lot because, saying Rural Alaska's Training Outreach, it can be a bit of a mouthful. And here I do have two of our marketing pieces. This is a brochure that I've been handing out. Pretty basic brochure to start off with, just so we don't scare you away. A lot of pictures of our youth that we've had, taking the time to work with, the areas that we're getting to work with, and some of the places that we've worked with. We've started working with electrical work, construction, fishing, forms of development, with tribal governments, all of this to try and help push that development and that training in these rural areas. I have also made a flyer that we've been sending out to different villages, different corporations, trying to get our name out there. Of course, showcasing the youth. As always, they are the most important people in this time in our business. And of course, being the marketing person, I'm trying to reach out to a lot of different organizations. We do need to go through receiving a lot of grants, of course, being a nonprofit. And some may ask why they would want to fund our programs. Well, of course, it's about the youth. We need funding for the people we're going to employ and the trips made out to these different rural areas, which of course is one of the more expensive areas. And we need it to further the education and the future for our youth, who of course are the most valuable aspects of our communities. We have been turning towards a lot of Alaska Native corporations to get involved in their regions, so we can also find out more about their regions and what they really need in those areas, and help them reach out to the people who might have the best connections in those regions. Of course, others may wonder what they may receive out of it. Promoting a nonprofit like ours is more about the people, more than any type of money aspect. Donors help to combat an ever-growing deficit of education in the rural areas that you don't see in more urban areas. Of course, they get very traditional education, which is beautiful, but some people are still looking for other types of training and education that's going to further them in their regions, and so that they don't have to leave their region just to get an education. We're also working towards creating a website that will allow our communities and people who are interested in our program to learn more, send in requests, and connect with our employees. We're also wanting to create events, work at these events, have booths, so we can really talk with the people and see what they're interested in more. And we are working on a big project, such as a commercial, which will help to reach out to area. Kids love to watch TV. If they see things that they're interested in, they might talk to people in their communities and get some stuff going. So, of course, I'd like to thank you for listening to me and taking the time to learn about Rato, and I hope you look more into our organization. Thank you.